Hello and welcome to the Dark Side of the Library podcast. I'm your host, Carrie Carolyn. I'm here with my creepy co host, Katie.
Hello.
And today we're going to chat about the dark, creepy young adult books, YA books, coming out December 2023. We haven't read any of these. We don't have any of them on hand. We just did a whole bunch of research and found a list of about 7 or 8 really cool sounding books that are coming out this month, just in case you, like we do, like to read a few YA books. So, Katie, why don't you start us off and with your first book of the day?
I will. It is called The Court of the Undead. It comes out December 20th and it is by F.M. Aden. So apparently, if you like Castlevania, which I do, and
Yes, you do.
and Blood and Ash, this is perfect for you. It's a gothic fantasy novel. So from a young age, Yara and her sister Aylin grew up on tales of vampire whispered to them in the dark by their superstitious nursemaid. It
Oh,
isn't until the fateful day that Yara is kidnapped and brought to the fortress of the Undying King that she realizes that she is far from safety of the Ottoman court. Ooh, we're placed in the Ottoman Empire. I dig it. Tucked into the high mountains of Wallachia, the court of the undead is home to the true born vampire, their sired vampire flock, and their miserable horde of blood slaves. While Aylin joins a group of trained hunters to bring her sister back home, Yara finds herself trapped between a set of multiple and manipulative twin brothers who intend to use her for their own amusement and deceptions. Caught between the free-spirited and obsessive Vulcan and the power-hungry and villainous Elder, Yara must betray them both if she ever hopes to make it back home alive. I mean, is that hard? It doesn't sound like it would be difficult to do. So, as tension builds at the vampire court and the hunters start their march, Yara must decide who to trust with her loyalty and with her heart. Come on, Yara, give me a break. Okay, so this is The Court of the Undead. This is by F.M. Aden. Sounds like a lovers to or enemies to lovers thing, as it usually is. What's next for you, Carrie?
my first book today is Five Nights at Freddy's, the official movie novelization.
Woohoo!
This is silly and it's something I would never personally read, but I wanted to let you know that it's coming out in case some of you guys think this would be hilarious to read. The official movie is coming out, I'm not sure when. It's highly anticipated. The director is Emma Tammi, and it's going to star Matthew Lillard from Scream, and from Scooby Doo, and Josh Hutcherson from The Hunger Games and The Disaster Artist. Oh, it hit theaters back on October 27th, 2023. I clearly missed it. So this is the official movie novel by Scott Cawthon and Emma Tammi, and the book comes out, I'm looking for the release date, December 26th.
Cool. I kind of want to watch it, even though I hate it so much.
Katie likes to hate watch a lot of things. Don't
I
worry about her.
I do. Okay, so my next book is Make Me a Liar. This came out December 5th. It's by Melissa Landers, who sounds familiar, but I cannot figure out what else she's done. So it's an open secret at Harvey Davis High School that Tia Dante can solve all of your problems, but for a fee. Good girl. As one of the few blessed with the genetic gift of transferable consciousness, she can slip inside your mind and do your dirty work. Humiliate your cheating boyfriend, bring a bully to his knees, tell your boss where to stick it, and then return your body with no one the wiser. That's a cool gift. I love that. No task is too awkward, and unlike the competition, she takes care of business without peeking at your goods. Her rules are simple. One, pay in full. Don't report her side hustle to the government. Number two. And three, let her gorge on all the foods that she would otherwise send or that would otherwise send her and her weak stomach fleeing to the next bathroom.
Oh
Honestly,
my god, I
I
don't seriously.
yes. I feel this though. Like if I had this power, I would eat all the donuts and all the gluten in the entire world. Okay, everything is going smoothly during a routine job until Thiede catches a breaking news broadcast. Live video coverage of her body murdering the town prosecutor in cold blood. Oh. With the crime caught on camera and no concrete alibi, Thiede is forced to ask her infuriatingly gorgeous ex, of course, to help her.
Hate having gorgeous exes.
God, and they're so helpful too. So he's supposed to help her clear her name and bring the criminal who hijacked her unconscious body to justice. But they quickly find the heat is on in more ways than one, as their investigation unearths multiple scandals, massive corruption, and more than a few stray bullets. This is for grade levels 7 through 9? Wow.
Sound like it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So this is called Make Me a Liar. This is by Melissa Landers.
My next book sounds pretty cool. It is The Program, and it's first in a series, I think, because that has a 1 after the name. It's by Suzanne Young. It is for lovers of dystopian romance, and we don't normally, well, YA books are often romances, let's be honest.
Yes.
We're not a romance podcast. We're dark, creepy horror, but Sloane knows better than to cry in front of anyone. With suicide now, trigger warning, this book is about teen suicide epidemic. So if you want to skip ahead 45 seconds and not listen to this book, please do that. I'll give you a second. Okay. In this book, The Program, suicide is now an international epidemic. One outburst could land her in the program, the only proven course of treatment. Sloane's parents have already lost one child, and Sloane knows they'll do anything to keep her alive, which is very sweet. She also knows that anyone who's been through the program returns as a blank slate because their depression is gone, but so are their memories. Under constant surveillance at home and at school, Sloane puts on a brave face and keeps her feelings buried as deep as she can. The only person Sloane can be herself with is James. He's promised to keep them both safe and out of treatment, and Sloane knows their love is strong enough to withstand anything. But despite the promises they made to each other, it's getting harder to hide the truth. They're both growing weaker, depression is setting in, and the program is coming for them. This is by Simon & Schuster Books for Young Readers. It comes out December 12, 2023. I wouldn't personally let my young reader read a book about suicide, and I don't think we should be making that into entertainment, so I'm kind of regretting including this in the list. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And Katie, what do you think about that?
I don't know. That's a hard one because, yeah, I don't like glorifying anything like that, but I do think it's important to shed light on an issue like that, though, too. Yeah. So that's tough. I would be curious to see what our audience thinks, too.
Yeah. And maybe going forward, I won't include books like that again.
That's hard.
Let's move on to your next book. Okay.
Well, my next book is a part of a, how would you say, a 4-parter book? A quadrology? Anyway, it's a 4-parter. This is the last installment of the beautiful Quartet. This is by Renee Ahdieh. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I apologize. This is a young adult vampire fiction novel. Let me just read in case I don't want to spoil the other books in case you haven't read it. But if you are anticipating the 4th novel, it is coming out December 5th. So the whole part, like this whole entire series is it's based in 1872 New Orleans, and it's ruled by the dead. Hoo, already dig it. But for 17-year-old Celine, New Orleans is a safe haven after she's forced to flee her life as a dressmaker in Paris. So taken in by the Sisters of the Ursuline Covenant, Celine is quickly enraptured by the vibrant city, becoming embroiled in the glitzy underworld known as La Cour des Lions. After catching the eye of the group's enigmatic leader, Sebastian Saint Germain, when the body of one of the girls from the Covenant is found in Sebastian's own lair, the second dead girl to turn up in recent weeks, Celine must battle her attraction to Sebastian and suspicions about his guilt, along with the shame of her own horrible secret. So that is the basis of the first book. But as you can tell, we've got 4 books to go. So the 4th book is called The Ruined. This is by Renee Ahdieh.
My next book is called The Cursed Light. It's book 2 in the last Finestra series by Emily Thiede or Thiede. I don't know how to say her name, sorry. It comes out December 5. The publisher is Wednesday Books. When the gods make the rules, the players must choose. Sacrifice their love to save the world, or choose love and let it burn. Well, it depends on how hot the guy is. Let it burn!
Yeah.
Sorry. 6 months after saving their island from destruction and almost losing Dante, Alessa is ready to live happily ever after with her former bodyguard. But Dante can't rest, haunted by a conviction that the gods aren't finished with them yet. And without his powers, the next kiss from Alessa could kill him. Bummer. I have bad breath, but she must have worse. Sorry. Desperate for answer. I had spaghetti with lots of garlic for lunch today.
Yum.
So be glad that this podcast, you get to be at your house and not over here.
Yum.
Desperate for answers, Dante enlists Alessa and their friends to find the exiled Geote, don't know how to say that word, in hopes of restoring his powers and combining forces with them to create the only army powerful enough to save them all. But Alessa is hiding a deadly consequence of their last fight, a growing darkness that's consuming her mind. Katie, you and I have a growing darkness that's consuming our minds.
We're going to end the world, Carrie.
And their destination holds more dangers than anyone bargained for. In the mysterious city of the banished, Dante will uncover secrets, lies, and ghosts from his past that forced him to ask himself, which side is he on? So this is by Wednesday Books, comes out December 5, and it's This Cursed Light, the last Finestra book 2 by Emily Thiede. Sorry.
No, you're good. I actually did read the first one of that, and it's pretty, it's good, but also it is tropey. It was like a guilty pleasure read. I enjoyed it. My next book and the final book of today is called The Wall. It's by Brian Penn, and it comes out December 19th. It's $20.99, and the former U.S. of America is in the midst of another civil war. I doubt it's going to take that long. Sorry.
I hope not. No. Let's stay together.
I know. In the wake of a revolutionary technology that grants people a second chance at life, an impenetrable wall divides the prosperous nation of Zion from the slums of the Middle Land. Stuck inside the wall and desperate to reunite with his fiancée, contraband smuggler Asher is hell-bent on finding a way out. I really like that name, Asher. I don't know why. I like it. When his uncle offers him a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, Asher is faced with an impossible task. Impersonate a talented Zion soldier and risk his life in the canonization, a brutal gladiator duel against a champion who never loses. What? What is this? But defeating an unbeatable opponent and reuniting with his one true love is only the beginning. Asher thought the second life policy was outlawed, but the truth is far more sinister, and he soon finds himself caught up in the middle of a terrifying rebellion that will decide the fate of both sides of the wall. It's a sci-fi adventure. It's like a huge thriller, but it also has this heart-stopping romance in here. It's very similar to like Divergent, The Hunger Games, and apparently Dune, but that's a very high bar, Brian Penn. So this is called The Wall, and it is by Brian Penn.
And I wasn't sure if this is published by a vanity press. We don't normally include books that are self-published or Kickstarters, crowdfunded. We really like the big 5 publishers. It's by Kohler Books, which might be a vanity press. So if that's okay with you, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's not like a cool concept.
Yeah.
My final book today is called Where There's Smoke. It's by E.B. Vickers, It's for grade levels 7 to 9. Comes out December 12th, next week. It's a fast-paced thriller featuring 18-year-old Callie who finds herself alone after the loss of her father until a bruised and broken girl shows up on her property, forcing her to face the present, rethink her future, and unearth the skeletons of her own past. Life has never been easy in the small desert town of Harmony, but even on the day that Callie Christopher buries her father, she knows she's surrounded by people who care about her. Oh. But after the funeral, when everyone has finally gone home, Callie discovers a girl on her property, a girl who's dirty and bruised and unable to speak and petrified. Callie keeps the girl secret, well, almost secret. She calls her Ash and begins to nurture her back to health. But word spreads in a small town, and soon a detective comes around asking questions about a missing girl from another town. But these only raise more questions about Ash and about the people Callie knows well. Still, she must ask, is Ash in danger? Or is she the danger? I'm intrigued. This is Where There's Smoke by E.B. Vickers, and it comes out December 12th, and I think I'm going to grab a copy.
That sounds pretty good. That wraps up all of the young adult fiction novels that are spooky, a little gothic, that are coming out December 2023. I know it's a little bit of a slow month, but no worries. We're going to have a lot of dark books in 2024. I've already seen it. It's scary.
February looks like an incredible amount of cool books are coming out. I started doing the research and I was like, OMG.
I know. I was like, okay, I got to take a chill pill. We're not even out of December yet, but it does look really good. Make sure to stay tuned every Wednesday and Friday for more podcast episodes. We do kids books, comic books, YA, nonfiction, and adult fiction. And make sure to tune into our socials at Dark Side of the Library. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and of course our Amazon Live channel. If you want to see us doing more than just books, of course, we do all kinds of cool stuff over there. Make sure to spread the word, to rate and review Dark Side of the Library on your favorite listening app, and to subscribe here on YouTube or wherever. That would be awesome. And thank you so much for those of you who already have. We will see you in the next live stream. Thanks again.